Players were swept by the Knicks. Harden averaged 16 points per game while shooting slightly under 39% from the field and 18% from three-point range, along with 4 turnovers per game. That's not good. Despite the underwhelming numbers, Harden said afterward that he believed he played pretty well.
I think I did pretty good, Like I don't grade myself off shot making. I think coming here was just a piece to fulfill whatever needs to be fulfilled, and defensively being extremely solid, offensively, getting guys shots and fitting into a system that was already in place. So I think I did good. Obviously I could have been better. I feel like I always can be better, but I know one thing, that I work extremely hard.
Cam, you okay? Stephen A., go ahead. Go ahead. Stephen A., Cam, one of you, go on.
Did he say defensively do good? I just thought he did good defensively.
I didn't hear defensively. Maybe he said it, maybe.
Yeah, he did. He said
defensively, yes.
He said defensively.
Extremely solid was the phrase. Defensively been extremely solid.
Maybe I need to go back and watch the tapes of the first 2 rounds. I know what I saw this round. And I know that I saw him get completely destroyed by Jalen Brunson. So just for the audience, to edify the audience to some degree, in the first round series against the Raptors, he averaged 20 on 45% shooting, 38% from 3. No problem there. Pistons, 19.6 points, 38% shooting, 29% from 3. Conference Finals, 16 points, 39% from the field, 18% from three-point range. 8 clutch time games, 3-5 record. 35% shooting from the field, 20% shooting from three-point range, 50% shooting from the free throw line. Wow. This is James Harden in clutch time. The man has been on about 5 teams since 2021 or so. And he's won 5 playoff series in the last 5 years. He's lost 6 of them. This was his first appearance back in the NBA in the conference finals since 2018. This is one of the prolific scorers, one of the all-time great offensive players we have ever seen in NBA history. And you just get swept in the NBA finals and you say, I think I played pretty good. See, if we gonna sit up there and we're gonna get on Jaylen Brown, who won a championship 2 years ago and won an NBA Finals MVP 2 years ago, yet we're saying to him, yo, it's not the wisest thing in the world to say 24 hours after giving up a 3-1 lead and losing in the first round that this was your favorite season. We can't sit up there and let James Harden off the hook by sitting up there and talking about, you think you played pretty good when y'all just got swept. And you know good and damn well that if you did more to help Donovan Mitchell in a manner that we would expect from a James Harden, even at this age, that it would have been a better scenario for y'all. You were also on the court when y'all lost a 22-point lead in the last 7 minutes of game 1. And so you just look at it and you find yourself flabbergasted. If not flabbergasted, Jay, you know how it really hit you and where it really hit you at? He's got a player option that's going to pay him $42 million. And one of the things that we try to impart upon, they talk about the media narrative and all of this stuff. This is what we try to tell them. There's an audience out there that we talking to that, speaks to us. They call in the radio shows, they call in the television shows, they tweet in and all of this stuff. Let you know where they stand and how they feel. You never want to give the impression, it's all right, that I look. If you're a fan, you want to look and you want to see that it hurts you just as more than it hurts the fan. And when you hear stuff like that, you just get the impression, oh, well, it happens. That's how it goes, and that's that. It's just not it's not a great thing for him to say. It's not the end of the world, you understand, because it is what it is, but it doesn't make for a winning formula. I'll leave it at that.
I think it was about 4 days ago I called you, and we were we're having a conversation about the amount of money that people get paid, and it can give off the illusion that they don't care as much, even though you know they do care.
Even though you know they do care.
Even though you know they do care, right? Jeff Teague made some really interesting comments a while back ago, too, just about the monotony of the season and how you have so many games and how a lot of guys, game after game, it's like, oh, I got another game, got another opportunity. And to me, when I listen to James Harden speak, first off, that in its entire context, he did articulate that they got dominated. He's like, oh, we got dominated, we got ran through. I hear him on what is similar to Jaylen Brown, like, and they're different scenarios. Like, I hear what they're trying to say, right? Like, if I'm taking myself away from the moment, what he's trying to say is, hey, me coming over this part of the season, trying to fit in, scheme-wise, yeah, we gave up a 22-point lead. Would have been nice for a timeout to be called. Strategies, we can talk about that too. I'm going to take a lot of the blame. I get it. That's what he's trying to say in his head, similar to what Kenny Atkinson was trying to say with the data analytics. All I'm going to say back to both those people and people in general, you have to understand moments. I sometimes think we lose the understanding of moments. And sometimes when you're a leader, just because something is true doesn't mean that the public needs to hear it. Just because you may think that you play well doesn't mean that you need to share that opinion with everybody. I mean, we all are in relationships. I get in arguments with my wife all the time. I think about, does this really behoove me to say this right now? Is this in my best interest to say this right now? I could prove that I'm right. In my brain, I know that I'm right, but what cost does that have for me in this particular moment? And I think we've seen constant situations, whether it's James Harden or Kenny Atkinson, where they, in their mind, maybe behind closed doors, they could have said that to teammates or people they trusted, but the moment hasn't called for it because they didn't understand the audience of who they're speaking to.
Cameron, I want you to go next, but I just want to add to this. James Harden also said in that same press conference that he genuinely thought that the Cavs were the better team. You just want to add that in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go after Cam. Go ahead, Cam.
I don't really got a lot to say because, to me, James Harden, y'all are wild, and you and Jay Will, they actually won analytically. And that's how he's viewing it. He did his thing analytically. So, James Harden, salute to you. Even though we watched him get old, even though it wasn't, see, the thing about it was, when he says defensively, Shay, that's why I had that face. And I'm sitting there saying, it wasn't just Jalen Brunson. It looked like Mike Brown told them, whoever James Harden is guarding, attack. It didn't matter if it was Sherman, it didn't matter if it was Mikal Bridges, it didn't matter if it's Anunoby, attack. That's what it looked like. And so they just was picking on James Harden to the point where I'm like, is this James Harden that I grew up watching? Well, not necessarily, I was grown when James Harden got there, but I was like, watching him get old overnight really hurt. But for him to say this is Kenny Atkinson. The analytics, they did their thing. Well, they did their thing.
I'm glad the both of y'all are on the screen when I say what I'm about to say. James Harden is 36 years of age. He turns 38. He turns 37 in August. Steph Curry is 38 years of age. 38. Are we looking at him getting old?
But I said that in other segments, Stephen A. Yeah, right.
What I'm saying,
Absolutely.
what I'm getting to is, listen to where I'm going, Jay. I'm not bringing up game. This is not about game. I'm talking about the commitment, conditioning, taking care of LeBron 41. Why are we're looking here wondering about what he's going to do and what the Lakers should do? Because all of this stuff, y'all threw everything at Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is the man. Luka Doncic is this. Luka Doncic is that. The brother, 26, 27 years of age. Who was playing in the playoffs? And who wasn't? It was LeBron that was playing. It was Luka that wasn't. So in other words, when we look at cats getting